Good evening. This is Kenya News Alert, and here this is Plain San Felix. I welcome you to Simon Asi Show. Here with me, I have two intelligent young men. Yes, who are one of the best. Yeah, are they one of the all they are the best? Revolutionaries. What did you just say? Thank you so much. I would like maybe to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves. Then we proceed. Hello, sir. Unaitwa nani?
My name is James Mulamba. Yes. Well, I go by many titles, but I just choose the title Revolutionary because it cuts across, all other titles. I was a student leader. I have been a youth leader. I have been an activist. And throughout this journey, I think the term revolutionary fits better because we are trying to change the thinking and the mindset of Kenyans, and we are trying to reshape the political landscape in Kenya, and we are trying to redo things better. Yes, those that have come before us had the same spirit, they had the same zeal, and they have pushed us to where we are today. They have tried their best. Possibly their best is not the best. There was a time Orengo was young. There was a time Raila Odinga was young. They were pushing the war we are pushing today. And through their efforts, we've gotten a better constitution. Through their efforts, we've gotten devolution. Through their efforts, several scandals in this country have been exposed, including the Golden Bank, the Anglo-leasing scandal, the May scandal that implicated William Ruto in 2007. Yes, they have not been completely useless. They have helped us fight for better, and their time is done. Raila Odinga and Akina Orengo are in their sunset years. Their comrades are the likes of Akina Gitobu Imanyara, who've retired from politics, and Akina Kiraitu Murungi, Akina Koigi Wamwere, Akina Martin Shikuku, Jaramogi Oginga, who's left us, and they've done their part. It is incumbent on us as the young people of this nation to rise up to the occasion, to take up political power, and to take up the space that is now vacant. They just don't say it. But as it is right now, Raila should have retired from politics. Same as Akina Orengo. They have, I will not say they have outlived their purpose, but they are in their sunset years. They have done their best, and beyond this point, there is nothing more they can do. The onus is on us to rise up, to take up the mantle from where they left, and to continue fighting, because the price of democracy is an eternal vigilance. We have to fight for it every day. In fact, if Kenya was a dictatorship, just like Uganda is, we would be comfortable. We would not be as vibrant as we are. We would not be as vocal as we are about better leadership, because we would not know better. Most of the countries that are in a dictatorship have not seen better. They have not tested better. And they do not have the motivation to fight for better. Angalia mahali kama Saudi Arabia and the Middle East countries. You have countries that have that are so patriarchal in a way that women have to request for permission to go for driving lessons and for driving classes from their husbands. We have countries that cannot grant passports to their women. We have countries that cannot grant education opportunities to their women. That's pure dictatorship. We have countries that are ruled by religious dogma. Yani upuzi ya dini ndio ina run hizo country, and there is nothing you can do. You cannot challenge that. They are ruled by Sharia, and that is Islam for you. But luckily, we have a country that is Kenya that is a religious, because the country we have is not ruled by any state religion. We do not have a recognized state religion. We have the freedom to choose which religion to belong to. And we have so many freedoms and liberties in Kenya that have been encapsulated in our constitution, all through the efforts and the sweat of some of the people I have mentioned. So we've known better, we've tested better, and that's why we are always agitating and fighting for better. That is the price of democracy, and that is part of the fruits of democracy. We have tested better, we've been given an opportunity to lead, even though siasa zetu bado hazijafika hapo. We are a young democracy, but we have experienced the other side of how a government that allows people to run the government by themselves looks like. We have not overly been under dictatorship, save for the 24 years of Moi. So we want more of that. We have realized we can fight for better. We have realized we can get better, and we have realized we can purge dictatorship from Kenya. And that's why we are here, and that's why we've been on the streets, and that is still why we are still committed to the cause, and we are willing to unseat these politicians from those seats, and democracy will give that to us.
Thank you so much. Introduce yourself as you give.
Okay, I'm Nyanjum Joshua, one of the co-founder of Pwani Pan-Africanist Movement, also a co-founder of Kenya Pan-Africanist University Association, known as KEPSA. Through the journey, I've learned a lot, and that's why today we are here to inform Kenyans that we have a better alternative than what's happening to our country. Yeah.
According to the information whereby according to the information we have right now, regarding Gachagua launched his political party the day before yesterday, I think. So, what can you say about that?
These are the same players. Kenya is a football field. The players are the politicians, and the Kenyans are the football itself. Sisi ndio hiyo mpira. Tunachezwa kutoka upande huu hadi ule upande mwingine. And they're having fun while at it. Kidogo kidogo goal kick. Kidogo kidogo free kick. Kidogo kidogo bao imeingia. Chaguzi ikipigwa, mtu amejipea kiti, hiyo ni bao imeingia. Hii mambo akina Gachagua wanafanya, hizi ni free kick. Ya Raila sababu hajaipata kiti, hiyo ni goal kick. Imepitia hapo kando ya goal. Sasa uwanja ni Kenya. Sisi ni kuzungushwa, sisi ni kuchezewa, sisi tunabiringishwa tu. Kwa sababu hawa watu walielewa that wapigaji kura ni wajinga. Mimi ni mpigaji kura, and I'm not ashamed to say this. Sisi wapigaji kura ni wajinga. Yaani sisi tunaona hawa jamaa wanatuchezea na tunakubali kuchezewa. Kama sisi tungekataa huu mchezo, ama tuache kukua uwanja, tuache kukua mpira, tuingie kwa huyu mchezo, hata sisi tucheze, tungebadilisha mambo. Mtu ambaye anacheza mpira ako na say kuliko hiyo uwanja na kuliko huyo mpira. Ataamua referee, ataamua linesman, na ataamua rules za mpira. Saa hii tuko na stadiums mingi sana dunia hii. Mipira ni ile ile. Stadium haina nafasi, haina sauti, haina right yoyote. Lakini anayecheza mpira ako na right. Ambao wana own hizo klabu za mpira wako na rights. Na kama Kenya ni klabu ya mpira na wanasiasa wetu ni wachezaji wa mpira, mnafaa mjiulize nani mwenye hii klabu ya mpira. Mwenye klabu ya mpira ni our European powers. The Western powers are the owners of the club that is called Kenya. Wanasiasa wetu wanacheza mpira, lakini kuna mwenye klabu, na mwenye klabu sio sisi. Sisi wa Kenya, sisi ni uwanja, sisi ni mpira. Wenye klabu ni hao wazungu ambao hadi wa leo hii they are still running this country. We still pay money to the colonial powers while we paying money to Europe. It is the same thing that was happening in Burkina Faso. France was still getting money off Burkina Faso. France is still getting money off Senegal. It is the reason why France has the largest repository of gold, yet it does not have any gold mine and gold deposit in France. Hawana hata moja. So we are still under colonization. It is neo-colonization, and we have to rise up to the occasion. Hao watu wametucheza miaka mingi. Kuanzia 1963 hadi wa leo. There are few leaders who've done right by the Kenyan people. Tunaweza wahesabu. Tunaweza sema mtu kama Kibaki alijaribu vile aliweza. Mtu kama kijana wa Malo alijaribu vile aliweza. Mtu kama Jaramogi Oginga Odinga alijaribu vile aliweza. Mtu kama Tomboya alijaribu vile aliweza. Mtu kama Gitobu Imanyara alijaribu vile aliweza. How about the rest? Hii parliament tuko nayo saa hii iko na more than 400 MPs including Senate. Kwa hawa MPs tuko nao, how many are willing to fight for the Kenyan people? Less than 20. Kwa the executive tuko nayo, tuko na 22 if I'm not wrong cabinet secretaries. Tuko na president amechair the cabinet. Tuko na the attorney general and advisors to the cabinet. How many of them are on the side of the people? Sisi tunachezwa. Hata huyu Gachagua huyu, wakati alikuwa deputy president, hakujali Mkenya wa kawaida. Scandal ya mafuta ya kupika ikitokea, yenye ilikuwa wakati Moses Kuria alikuwa CS wa I think ni public service, siko sure kama ni public service. Gachagua alijua. Ujue these people get intel before it gets to the common mwananchi. Wanapataga all this information. In fact, zile vitu Ruto anajua leo hii and the deputy president Kithure Kindiki, mimi sijui. They get intel of where a terrorist organization has decided to bomb next. They get intel of the refugee situation in Kenya. They get intel of which president is going to visit Kenya in the nearby future, let me put it that way. Na intel zingine mingi, hata za scandals za serikali. Ni wapi pesa imeibiwa, pesa ya Kenya Pipeline imeenda wapi, pesa ya KenGen imeenda wapi, but they don't care. Gachagua never cared about Kenyans when he was deputy president. Gachagua alijua kuna scandal ya fertilizer. Na alijua hii fertilizer yenye inauzwa imepeanwa na Russia as a grant ya bure, si ya kuuzwa. Gachagua kuambia wa Kenya kuna fertilizer tumepewa na Russia na ndio mnauziwa. Wakati fertilizer ilianza kupakejiwa ya mafia punda, kwa sababu that it is, we can't call it any different, it's donkey shit. Na ikachanganywa na quarry dust na changarawe. Gachagua alijua. Nimekuambia the deputy president and the president wanapataga security briefings na national intelligence briefings ya kila kitu inafanyika Kenya. Before scandal itokee Kenya hii wanajuanga. They already have that information. Hata Mungiki leo hii wakianza kupanga mambo yao, Ruto atajua kabla mimi Mkenya wa kawaida nijue. Gachagua hakuongea tukiuziwa fake fertilizer. He was comfortable with it.
Wait. So nikuulize, does it mean that even the manifestos zenye anaweza kuwa nazo kwa hiyo political party yake ama the aims, unajua when somebody ana come up with a program, obviously there is a reason behind the program. Na uwezi kosa unless maybe kama your program yako ni fake, ndio maana maybe unaweza kosa hata goal, a common goal you want maybe to achieve as a team, as a group, as a party. So whatever maybe that party may contain ama whatever it is consisting of, inaweza kuwa something yenye inaweza kuwa doubtable according to you.
Wakenya wanafaa wajue zile chama tuko nazo Kenya ni viosks za wanasiasa. They use these parties as an avenue to get into power. They don't mean what they say. And they just write these manifestos for formalities. Tukianza na manifesto ya UDA, hii manifesto ya Ruto, if we dig deep into that manifesto, you will realize that they have achieved only 5% of that manifesto in 3 years. Because they did not mean anything they said. Ni kutafuta kura. Huyu Ruto huyu ali sign the women charter, promising women that he is going to give them a priority in state appointments, and that he is going to prioritize their enterprises and their businesses. Have you seen that happen? He promised the youth and the hustlers of this country that is going to elevate their lives. He, in fact, campaigned on the strategy of the poor people, the hustlers of this country, and won the hearts of many people, pretending that he's going to change their lives for the better. Have you seen that happen? He has killed the education funding model, he has killed the healthcare system, and is busy killing the economy, to the chagrin of the poor people of this country, because they believed in his lies. The manifestos are lies. Ruto promised that he's going to grant Kenyans a hustler fund that does not have an interest rate. As we speak today, the hustler fund we have today has an interest rate of 8 to 10%. It is not interest free. Ruto promised, I think he promised Wi-Fi spots all over the country that are working. Bro, mimi juzi nimepitia hapa hii njia ya Kencom. I think ni Moi Avenue bado. Kuna spot iko hapo opposite Kencom. I don't remember the name of the building, but kuna spot iko hapo opposite Kencom. Iko set up na Sakaja. Sakaja ni wa UDA. But yeye ndio ameka brand yake hapo. So I want to believe hiyo project near the UDA government in partnership with the county government of Nairobi. I sat down at the so-called Wi-Fi hotspot, and the Wi-Fi could not connect. And I tried to inquire from those who were around me if that Wi-Fi hotspot ever works. And they told me this Wi-Fi hotspot does not work. And when it does connect, it is very weak. It can barely download an image. Picture too.
Wait, if I may ask, I don't know whether, let me ask you this one. Do you really maybe agree with whatever your friend is talking about? And if yes, why do you support it?
Actually, I agree with him 100% because all of us are staying in Nairobi. The one thing that Sakaja really promised, he promised to deal away with to do away with or to make Nairobi to be hygienic. And as we are talking today, we cannot say that Nairobi is a city. The way he's saying the issue of the Wi-Fi. The other day, I had members of parliament at Citizen. They were saying that if you are new in Nairobi, then uangalie zile city clocks. Do you know them? City clocks saizi sa city ukiangalia, but city clock inasoma saa 12 jioni. You see? They stopped working. So hii issue tunaongelea hapa hivi, politicians, the only thing they thrive in, they are giving us hope that tomorrow will be better.
Do you have excuse me? You as an individual right now, according to the information regarding Gachagua could share the other day before yesterday, do you really have hopes with him? And if yes, why? If no, why? And we saw him say that kuna point yenye ilikuwa inakaribia like there was an information he could share that could show that he doesn't even fear the president. What maybe you as an individual, what can you say about that?
Let me start by quoting what Julius Kamarage Nyerere in 1963, when African leaders were having it was a OAU meeting for the first time. Then he told African leaders that it's high time we need to unite. But after that speech, the African heads of state, they start saying, thank God that Africa was united. Because if Africa were united, I could have never been the president. Why am I saying this? Africa, like, so if you are king with the regarding speech, he is about entitlements, because I heard him saying that if the president bangs the table, he bangs it back. Yeah, he doesn't fear anything. And now anakuja kwa public that now he's a beacon of hope. So I'm asking myself as a young patriot Kenyan, do we really have a country here? Because we expected from him to tell us what really happened at the State House. But you see, he's telling us when the president alichukua power, he bought a bank. Akasema hata tuambia bank. Jana kwa gazeti I saw that he SHA and all the whatever it watakuwa na wana make payments kwa Syrian bank. So mimi nikajiuliza, or is it this because Syrian bank it's not hold in Kenya? Nikaanza ku join the dots, ama is Syrian bank ndio ile bank yenye president alinunua, yenye we are in 3 years in office na ame make 1.3 to 2 trillion in 3 years pesa yake. So kama ni hiyo issue yenye ame launch hiyo party yake ya jana the other week, Kenyans wame lose hope with these politicians. They're the same people wenye inaitwa merry-go-round. Ni kama leo niko na yeye, kesho nimeona hapana, for me to rebrand myself, let me now start working with person X, person Z. That's why you are seeing Eugene Wamalwa, who is today working with His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. He worked with Uhuru Kenyatta, he worked with Moi, he has been in the cabinet for more than 15 to 20 years. But what has he changed? You see, Uyu Rigathi Gachagua, he was a member of parliament, he was the PA, he has been the DO, he has been this political journey over 30 plus years. Ukimuuliza what ni nini ame implement for those 30 years, utapata hakuna. The other day hata nilikuwa niliuliza watu wa Citizen, niliwauliza that these MPs wenye saizi now they are fighting Sakaja for supremacy, na the same people wenye wanataka kukuwa governors. Me where I'm coming from Donholm, and my member of parliament is Excellency Bobo Wino. Anasema like Nairobi is dirty, but he is the MP of Embakasi. Mbona asiweke hygiene pale Donholm? Tuone like enyewe tukimpatia kazi yenye anataka ya governor ya Nairobi, ataweza make Nairobi hygienic venye amemake pale Donholm. Because hata ukienda kwa nyumba sewages everywhere. Sijaribu kufanya hiyo ndio tujue like they mean well. These people are promising us hope that tomorrow will be better, but nothing they're doing on the ground. Yeah. So our take ni hata huyu Rigathi Gachagua mwenye anajaribu saizi kuplay cards za kuona ati watu wamchukue like he is now the angel. Sio. Because hata juzi niliona is really down to youths, and amejitolea mpaka I saw him buying tickets kwa youths, na akaongea yeye anapenda sana vijana. Lakini najiuliza, if kama yeye angekuwa na goodwill during Sufuria Revolution, people who were killed, see old people, they were between 20 to 25 years, they were youths. That time alikuwa anasema sisi ni watu wa kuharibu uchumi, watu wa vurugu. He was there, na alikuwa anaingia pale ofisi yake, sijui ilikuwa wapi, anaingia 5 asubuhi Arambe Annex, anasema amekuja kupanga aone kama tutaingia town. Those things started those days. Sasa hizi mali anasema he's a friend of Gen Zero, a friend of youth. I really doubt him, and I really doubt him. Kama anaweza akuje kwa limelight aseme si yeye alikuwa anapanga ile mambo ya execution, ndile watu wasiingie CBD, and polisi walikuwa wanatumia a lot of force. So sasa hizi anakuja ameshatengeneza party, anasema now he will be giving youth chance to work with. No.
Unajua kuna kitu yenye sijasikia mkizungumzia. He has been supporting Genesis, and in every moment maybe anaweza para microphone or before the camera he cannot maybe miss to mention Genesis. Have you maybe confirmed whether in his political party we have even 2 to 3 Genesis who have been given an opportunity to run a certain maybe responsibility in the yes?
I don't think Malala is a Gen Z. I think he's 40 plus years, so that does not count for a Gen Z. The national women leader is Kate Waruguru. She's not a Gen Z. The Secretary General, who's the Secretary General? I don't remember his name. That entire leadership as it is not comprised of any Gen Z. Lakini atawarushia mahindi, atatafuta kitu hapo arushie vijana, aseme National Youth Coordinator aweke Gen Z, aseme constituency ya Nairobi, county ya Nairobi youth coordinator weka Gen Z. Atatafuta tu kitu yenye ni useless. The treasurer is not a Gen Z, the secretary general is not a Gen Z, the deputy party leader is not a Gen Z, the national women leader is not a Gen Z. Ni position gani ingine ya maana imebaki kwa hiyo chama? Hakuna. Those are the vital positions za chama ambazo unasema they can really drive a party, na your voice as a member of a certain position that has status will be heard. Kama wewe sio secretary general, wewe sio treasurer, wewe sio deputy party leader, wewe sio engine mebaki, wewe hata sio deputy treasurer, what influence do you think you bring to that party? Nothing. Unapewa kiti ya kukupumbaza, kukufunga macho. Hakuna, mutapromisiwa. Sasa hapa ndio ile tutatenga inaendelea. We will make youth cabinet secretaries. We will make youth, we will grant tickets. See, that is what you were saying. We will give tickets to young people. In fact, at a direct tickets. And we are going to fund young people who are interested in vying for these political seats. Before tufike huko kwa tuta, right now, wakati ulikuwa na chance ya kuweka young people on the table, ilikuwa so hard, ilikushinda. Ndio sababu nimekuambia tumekuwa tukizubaishwa, tukipumbazwa na tukizungushwa kama mpira, na tutaendelea kuzungushwa hadi tujanjaruke. Unaona, tulitoa mkoloni mzungu tukaweka mkoloni mweusi. The white colonialist was not worse than the black colonialist. They are one and the same. Mkoloni mzungu aliishi kutuzungusha jinsi tunavyozungushwa na mkoloni mweusi. The whites came into Kenya as early as 1910, if I'm not getting this wrong. Kenya was declared an England, is it England? A European protectorate in 1920. It is at the same time that the Germans came to, I think, Ethiopia, and they were trying to take Ethiopia. The Italians came. The Germans also tried to take Tanzania. And the European powers were heavily present in Africa, trying to partition Africa. Wakapigana vita ingine kubwa sana, ndio wagawane hii Africa. The kind of boundaries we have today were drawn by the colonialists. They ensured we never come close to power. They ensured that they are only going to educate those people